What's up everyone? Welcome to another video. Today we're talking about carbohydrates, or carbs for short. Shout out to Mallory, this is for you. I know you're wondering about what is a good carb versus a bad carb. So we're going to go over that right now. First of all, you like my desk? It's pretty professional, huh? It's all about product placement, really. You see the computer, the notebook, the water for hydration. What's the difference between a good carb and a bad carb? I'm not like a dietitian or anything like that, but I have done a lot of research on nutrition and carbohydrates, and I've tested them with myself. So that's the perspective I'm giving you. You can take that with a grain of salt or whatever. First of all, carbs are used for energy. Your body uses them for energy. So really, there's no such thing as a bad carb. I mean, there's carbs that spike your blood sugar faster than others and can lead to type 2 diabetes. But, you know, your body's going to use that for energy. And if you utilize those carbohydrates correctly and eat them at the right times, then there's really no such thing as a bad carb. Carbs are just good for you. You need them for energy. You need them to function. They help your brain work. They help your legs walk. They give you energy, so they're good for you. I would never recommend cutting out all your carbohydrates. I know there's like a keto diet and you can get your energy from fats. And yes, that's true. But it's very hard to sustain. And unless you've done a lot of research and you really know what you're doing, you're probably not going to be too successful at it. Doesn't mean you can't, but you're probably not going to. So let's start. There's two types of carbohydrates, simple and complex. Simple carbohydrates are going to hit your blood sugar very fast and be used for energy immediately. You're going to use them right away. Okay? And then complex carbohydrates are ones that are going to be slowly released into your bloodstream, and you're slowly going to use that energy or the carbs. You're slowly going to be burning them throughout the day or whatever. So with a simple carbohydrate, you're digesting them very fast and your body's using them immediately for energy. And for like a general rule of thumb, you would think, you know, simple, bad, complex, good. But that's not necessarily true, because fruit is considered a simple carbohydrate because it's so high in sugar and your body uses it immediately when you eat it. You digest it very quickly. And fruit's not necessarily bad for you. Saying simple carbohydrates is bad and complex carbohydrates is good, you can't really just split the two of them like that. There's more to it. So your simple carbohydrates are going to be things like fruit, soda, candy, cookies, pastries, sweet tea, lemonade, ice cream, those type of things, snacky things. Most processed foods are going to be like simple carbs that your body's going to digest very quickly. You know, if you have to unwrap it like in a candy wrapper, it's probably a simple carb. And the problem with those is that it spikes your blood sugar immediately, and it spikes it very high. Now, if you continually eat simple carbs, and those are the only kind of carbohydrates you eat, that eventually can lead to type 2 diabetes. And, you know, that's one of the biggest problems in America right now is type 2 diabetes. And that's from all the sugar and the sodas and the candies. So I would say simple carbohydrates, you know, eat them sparingly. For me, I'll eat them like right before the gym to give me like a spike in energy. I eat like one Oreo. I know, just one. But that's about the only time I'm getting like simple carbs. And then I also bring a Gatorade to the gym. It's a G2 Gatorade, so it's less in sugar than a regular Gatorade. It's got like 13 carbs or 13 grams of sugar. So I will drink that as I start to feel depleted inside of the gym, because once again, those simple carbohydrates are digesting very quickly in your body, So as soon as I drink that Gatorade and take a sip, that sugar's hitting my bloodstream immediately, and I feel amazing. That's why when you eat candy, you feel amazing for, 10, 15 minutes, and then you crash. So next is going to be your complex carbohydrates. And those are complex, meaning when you eat them, your body digests them slowly. They are slow released into your bloodstream, so you can use them for energy for a longer period of time. Complex carbs are going to consist of like your grains, your whole wheat flour, your whole wheat pastas, your whole wheat breads, your brown, jasmine, and basmati rices, quinoa, and potatoes. And your beans, like your legumes, okay, so your beans, lentils, chickpeas, stuff like that. All of those are going to be considered complex carbohydrates. You're digesting them slowly, they are slow released into your bloodstream, and you can use them for usable energy for a long period of time. They do not spike your blood sugar, which is important for the diabetes piece. You do not want to be spiking your blood sugar consistently and constantly throughout the day. It's just not good for you. It's not healthy. And I know all those foods that I just listed aren't, the most appetizing and appealing foods to you, but you can make them appetizing. Mix them with other things like a protein and a vegetable, and you can cook like with oils and stuff like that. We're not talking about calories right now. We're just talking about, simple versus complex carbohydrates. I would say the majority of your diet should consist of those complex carbs. The rices, potatoes, beans, whole wheat flour, whole wheat pasta, whole wheat bread. Yes, you can eat bread. And then, your simple carbs should be sparing. Your candy, sugar, soda. I would never recommend drinking soda. Every now and then I will drink a diet soda. Probably isn't very, healthy for you, but it doesn't have any sugar. So, it's not spiking my blood sugar, but it's doing other stuff that's bad for me. But I wouldn't suggest sucking down a soda every day. I wouldn't suggest eating candy every day. If you care at all about your health or your physique, if you want to look a certain way, eating those simple carbohydrates as the primary source of your carbs is not going to help you reach those goals. The majority of your carbs need to come from those complex carbohydrates, and then you will reach your goal. So an easy way to remember if a carbohydrate is good or bad for you when you look on the back of a food label is this little rule of thumb. The higher the sugar and the lower the fiber, the worse it is for you. So the lower the sugar and the higher the fiber, the better it is for you. Meaning you digest it slower, it doesn't spike your blood sugar. Quote unquote good or bad or healthy or unhealthy. Those terms are used very loosely and they don't really tell you anything. So they're kind of irrelevant. But so as a recap, there's two types of carbohydrates. You've got your simple carbs and your complex carbs. Simple carbs spike your blood sugar and give you short bursts of energy. Complex carbs do not spike your blood sugar and give you a slow release of energy throughout the day. And typically they're packed full of like fiber, vitamins and minerals, and they're a lot healthier for you than those simple carbs. Simple carbs are things like candy, soda, ice cream, energy drinks, anything with lots of sugar. That's going to be your simple carbohydrates. In your complex carbohydrates, those are going to be things like whole wheat pasta, whole wheat bread, beans, lentils, chickpeas, potatoes, rice, like brown rice, jasmine rice, basmati rice. By the way, jasmine and basmati rice, they're both white in color and they taste phenomenal. If you've never had them, they taste just like white rice, but they have the properties of brown rice. So they're considered a complex carb, and they're giving you that good sustainable energy, but they taste just like white rice. So maybe give jasmine or basmati a shot. And as a reminder, if the food label has high sugar and low fiber, it's probably a simple carbohydrate. But if it has high fiber and low sugar, it's probably a complex carbohydrate, and it's probably safer for you to eat. Now that's a general rule of thumb, not, a blanket rule. So I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions or want me to go in deeper depth on, a simple or complex carb, then please feel free to let me know in the comment section below. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see y'all next time.